السلام عليكم ورحمة الله إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله تعالى وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. My dear brothers and sisters, I welcome you back to our Ramadan reminder series. Tonight is the night of the 15th of Ramadan, 1444 years after the Hijrah or the migration of the beloved Prophet Sallam, which coincides with April 6, 2023. Today we are going to discuss the topic which is the shots or injections or any fluids that are taken through the veins or through the muscle, or any shots or fluids that are taken or medicine that is put through the bottom. All these things, does it break the fast or not? Does it break the fast or not? So the ulama, they discuss this matter because this matter is not from, these matters did not exist in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. So these are known as the Masailun Nazila, the new matters. When it comes to the new matters, the ulama, they look at the new matter and they try to see what does this match something that is in the Sunnah or the Quran and the Sunnah, and then they base their rule upon that. So the ulama of the recent time, those who have witnessed these incidences happening, the shots and injections and different medications that are put through the muscle or the vein or through the bottom, they have three famous opinions. The first opinion, that it breaks, regardless of what it is, it breaks. And this is the position of some of the scholars, and from them is Shiekh Muqbil Ibn Haadee Al-Wadi'i rahmatullahi alayhi. He says these are, this is shubhah. His fatwa is that these matters have shubhah, doubt, so you should stay away from it, and what you should do is you should break your fast and make it up later on. This is the position which is it breaks the fast. Then those of the ulama, they also consider, some of them they consider in our time, that they don't break the fast, regardless of what kind of medication or shots they are. They don't break the fast. And this is what I understand from the study with my teacher, Sheikh Hassan Abdul Fattah al-Barqawi, and also Sheikh Mustafa al-Adawi and others. And the third, which is the most famous position, the ulama, they differentiate the two different types of shots. They say there are shots and fluids that will provide nourishment, and there are shots and fluids, those are used as medication. They said those shots and fluids, whether it's taken through, vein or any source, if it provides nourishment, then it will break the fast. But if it is just a medication, then it doesn't break the fast. And this is the position of Shiekh Ibn Baaz, Shiekh Ibn Uthaymeen, Shiekh Al-Albani, Sheikh and the Mashaykh from the Lajnah, and many of the contemporary du'at and scholars. This is the third position, is their position. And we need to understand, when there is an ikhtilaf, what is the illah, what is the reason. The third position, when they differentiate, they say that when we look at the IV fluid, that like glucose and things like that, that provides nourishment, they said that it takes the place of food and drink. This is their argument. It takes the place of food and drink. And they say that sometimes a patient lives on this kind of fluid for weeks. So they get the nourishment. So that's why they say it takes the place. They are not saying it is like it is eating and drinking. They say it takes the place of eating and drinking, and that's why they say it breaks the fast. As for the other type of shots and medications or fluids that has just medication, no nourishment, they say that this is okay. Whereas if you look at the argument, actually both it makes more sense. If one breaks fast, the other one should break fast too. For example, if a fluid that is providing us nourishment, if it takes the place of food and drink that we consume through our throat, then the same place through which we put a medication should take the position of a pill or a medicine that we take orally. We know that if we take a medicine or a pill orally, anything goes through here will break the fast. So both should break the fast. Either both should not break the fast, or both should break the fast. But the third position, although this is the majority, that's where we see a contradiction. Uh, what looks to be correct, inshallah ta'ala, is that those who say they don't break the fast. Because these shots and injections, whether they are through vein or through muscle or through the bottom, are not considered as eating and drinking. They are not food and drink. Food and drink is consumed through the throat and it goes through the esophagus to our stomach. This is the food and drink. So these medications or these fluids, whether these are going to provide us nourishment or not nourishment, they are not considered as eating and drinking. A patient who is given saline or intravenous fluid like glucose and saline, usually the patients who go through surgery, okay, what do the doctor comes and say? Don't give them any food and drink. So how is the patient going to survive? Through the saline. So this is known that this patient didn't eat and drink. So how we have the conclusion that it should break the fast. So what looks like to be correct are those who said that all of these shots and injections, regardless whether given through vein or muscle or through the bottom hole, whether they are providing nourishment or whether they are using as medication, none of them, inshallah, should break the fast, and that looks like to be the most correct position. However, if a person has to take these shots and medications because he is sick, then obviously this person has always the other to break the fast. So he can break the fast and make it up later on, inshallah. But he should not consider that this shot should break the fast. But he should just break the fast because he's sick. However, if a person is fasting, and he has to take just a shot, like a tetanus shot or COVID shot, and he's not sick, but just a shot, regular shot. This is not because he is sick, but because he has to take some kind of regular shot. Okay? Does this break the fast? It should not break the fast. It should not break the fast. So he can easily fast it throughout, inshallah. Even if this shot would provide him nourishment or some kind of nourishment, there should not be any problem with regards to the fasting, because these things are not food and drink. I do want to mention something, that those scholars who considered that all of these shots and medications, they break the fast, one of the reasons they said it does is because their position, which is a very old position, that anything that enters the body from anywhere, they consider the fasting to be broken. And we have spoken about this previous, that this position is not correct. To the extent that they said if somebody is opening his mouth and a fly goes inside, okay, and he swallows it, it breaks his fast. And that's why you will see that very strict position. Don't use toothbrush, don't use toothpaste, don't do this, don't do that, don't use oil, don't immerse yourself in water, don't put water in your mouth unless you're making wudu, and all of this position come from this illah, this reason. They consider anything that enters the body will break the fast. And to the extent that they would not allow you to even use oil, because once we use oil, the pores of our body would suck in some of this oil inside the body, and they will consider this as going to break the fast or causing any harm to the fast. And all of this position, of course, is not correct. So inshallah ta'ala, you can safely take any kind of shots and medication, provided you understand that if you are sick, the sickness itself, forget about the shot and medication, and the IV fluid, whether it is going to give us nourishment or not, you always have the option to break your fast and make it up later on. So alhamdulillah, matter is easy, inshallah ta'ala, and the correct position is that none of this, inshallah, should break our fast. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the ability to fast the rest of the Ramadan, to make us witness this Ramadan as a blessed Ramadan, as a Ramadan which would be a source of forgiveness for us and bringing us close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.